Former French President Nicolas Sarkozy governed the country from 2007 to 2012, and with his imprisonment, he became the first leader among the European Union countries to be sent to prison. Sarkozy was sentenced to 5 years in prison, but he may be released after 3 weeks. Let's take a closer look at this situation. What charges were brought against the former French president and why he was imprisoned? That's what we'll talk about today. Peace be upon you.
On September 25th, the Paris court found Sarkozy guilty of criminal conspiracy related to the illegal financing of his 2007 election campaign. According to the investigation, in 2005, Sarkozy, who was then serving as Minister of the Interior, made a corrupt deal with Libyan President Gaddafi. Sarkozy's campaign headquarters violated the ban on foreign financing and received about 50 million euros. In return, the French politician was expected to help protect Gaddafi from being isolated on the international stage. Sarkozy went on to win the election and became president of France. When announcing the verdict, the court stated that Sarkozy had authorized his aides to contact Gaddafi and receive the funds, but it found insufficient evidence that his campaign had directly benefited from the illegal financing.
According to French law, even if a bribery scheme has not been carried out, it is still considered a crime. As a result, Sarkozy was sentenced to a 5-year prison term and fined 100,000 euros. 2 of his former aides were also convicted. One received a 6-year prison sentence and the other 2 years. The investigation into this case began in 2013, 2 years after Muammar Gaddafi's son, Saif al-Islam, accused Sarkozy of using his father's money to finance his election campaign. The charges were largely based on the testimony of Franco-Libyan intermediary Ziad Taqi-ad-Din, who had long served as a go-between for France and the Middle East. A total of 11 people were involved in the case. Some were found guilty, while others were acquitted. Sarkozy himself was cleared of 3 other charges: illegal campaign financing, misuse of Libyan funds, and passive participation in a corruption scheme.
On October 21, Sarkozy left his home holding the hand of his wife, Carla Bruni, and in front of journalists and cameramen, got into a car and was taken to the Santé prison in Paris. On the way, Sarkozy wrote on his social media account that he had become a victim of revenge and hatred, adding that he wanted to tell the French people that the person being taken to prison today is not a former president, but an innocent man. For security reasons, the former president was placed in a special section of the prison where there are single-person cells. The prison director, Sébastien Cobel, promised Sarkozy that he would not have to meet other inmates and would be allowed to take 2 walks a day. The recently renovated prison has showers, toilets, and telephones in every cell. Sarkozy can pay 14 euros per month to watch television, or he may cook and do his own laundry. He also has the right to use the prison library and has brought 3 books from home, including Alexandre Dumas's The Count of Monte Cristo. It is not yet known how long Sarkozy will remain in prison, as the court ruled that he must begin serving his sentence while his appeal is under review. However, his lawyers plan to file a petition requesting his early release. This process could take up to 2 months.